Student Success Seminar. Welcome to Spring 2022. I am your instructor, Dr. Linda Remark, and I always like to start my semesters off by doing a quick intro video, which allows you to hear my voice because I will be the one with you for the next 16 weeks, but also to allow you to kind of see the course, how it's set up, and how to navigate it a little bit before the course actually opens. So depending on how you're viewing this, whether you are already inside the course, whether you access this through a link I sent in your email, please make sure that you've completed the Succeeding Online Orientation, which is the orientation module that teaches you how to use Blackboard. So this video will go over some features of the class, but it's not going to really teach you Blackboard in its entirety. So the Succeeding Online Orientation, that's the place you're going to want to go for that information. So as I said, this is just an intro video. I like to begin this with the semester to make sure students know kind of what to expect. When we are in the actual course of, weekly assignments and things, you will see that there will be a video uploaded for every individual week. So our semester starts in the spring. It's been on a Tuesday the last several years, and no exception this year. Our course starts on Tuesday, January 18th. So starting then, you're going to see right above this, you'll see week 1 video, and then you'll see week 2 video, and so on. So you're going to get some in-depth information on a weekly basis with all of these assignments. This is just an overview video for today's sake. All right, so anytime you log in, I would say for the first 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to start at the Start Here section. You're going to use that less and less as the semester goes on, because it really is just to kind of get you in and get you acclimated to a few of the intro type things that you'll need at the very beginning of the semester. So I'll just go ahead and start at the Start Here section. So when you go in here, you're going to see a welcome, and it's going to have your name there, and this is going to go through like, hey, this is what you're going to expect to accomplish or know by the end of this course. So the name of the course is Student Success, so it implies that we're going to be talking about things that have to do with student success skills that are going to help you be a more successful student. Time management, money management, looking at different tools and resources for note-taking and things that can help you succeed on campus. So that's what we're going to talk about on a weekly basis. So underneath that, you'll see it says Fall 21 Master Syllabus. That's fine because the Master Syllabus stays the same from fall to spring. And when you open that, you'll see it'll pop up into this Word document. And it's going to be the same type of information. It's just basically, you're taking a 1 credit hour course. Here's the course description. It meets these general learning outcomes. Here are all the course objectives. So the goals or the things that you will have learned by the end of the 16-week session. Some general policies, where to find out more information on those, and some computer usage and disability services. So if you need an accommodation of any sort, like you are on an IEP or 504 or any other academic need, you would contact the Disability Support Services. And then here are some general student success resources, a lot of these, which we will talk about this semester. So that is the master syllabus. As I said, I know it says Fall 21. It applies to spring because it's just a master. It's a general syllabus. Spring 22 course syllabus, this is specific to us. So when you click in here, by the time you actually get into the course, I will have probably converted this to a PDF once my office hours are completely set. For now, it's going to open up into a Word document. So you'll see again in here, we're taking Spring 22, Student Success. There are actually 3 courses in one here. So that's why you're going to see around 75 students in here. There are 3 sections. So again, my name is Dr. Linda Remark. As of right now, these are my office hours in the spring. I say that because by the 2nd week of January, our schedules often change, and therefore sometimes my office hours change. So that's why this might not look the same by the time the course actually opens, but these are my planned office hours. And with an online course, I am actually on the computer very early in the morning and very late to the evening. And so I'm accessible online other than these hours. But if you're on campus, I'm in E244. If you need to give me a call, my extension is 5249, and there's my email address. We do have a textbook for this course, but the good news is it's online and it's free. It's a course that is called OER, Ohio Educational Resource, or an open educational resource, where you can access it for free. It's embedded in our course, and I'll show you that here soon. So here's just a breakdown of the different types of assessments and point values. This is a typical grading scale, A, B, C, D, F, and class policies and attendance. Okay, it's required. It's an online class, okay? So how we take attendance is we have discussion posts, not every week. This is 16 weeks, so not every week will we have a discussion post, but I will always be clear with you when you do have one. On the weeks we have a discussion post, you have to post by Wednesday. This includes week 1, so please make sure you log in as soon as possible for week 1. To get 100% full credit for your attendance, you have to post your original response by Wednesdays. If you miss that post, still post, because you can get late post points, but also full assignment points for the post. What I mean by that is every time you have a discussion board, you're getting points for posting in attendance, but you're also getting points for doing the actual assignment of the discussion forum. So even if you miss the Wednesday deadline, please still post so that you're getting at least some of your attendance credit, but also your points for that assignment. So you want to make sure you post by Wednesdays, and then to get full assignment points, you're going to want to respond to 2 classmates by Sundays. Every single week that you have this, it will be in your weekly video. It'll be in the assignment folder. It'll spell it out for you. On the weeks where there is no discussion forum, so because again, there's 16 weeks, there are several weeks where there are no discussion forums. Instead, there's just 1 or 2 assignments. And so if there's a week where just 1 assignment, that's going to count as your attendance. You'll want to submit your assignment by Sunday for 100% attendance. If there are 2 assignments, you'll have to complete both assignments for complete attendance points. If you only submit 1, you'll get half attendance. So again, I will go through all of that on your weekly videos so you know exactly what to expect each week. Overall, you have to have a 70% or higher to pass the course. Okay. This is a course in which after the week is done, it closes and the next week opens. Every new week opens on a Monday morning and it closes on a Sunday night. And then I do give a chance to make up some work from weeks 1, 2, and 3 from the semester, because sometimes early on in the semester, students are still figuring out Blackboard. They're not 100%. And so I give them that ability to go back. Other than that, I really don't accept a lot of late work because you have a week to complete assignments. And in a 16-week course, there's not a ton of work every week. We usually complete 1 chapter every 2 weeks. So you have enough time to kind of go through and read the chapter. And there's usually no more than 2 assignments per week. Now there are, I believe, 2 weeks where there are more than that, but I will talk to you about those as we get there. Okay, so this is information about withdrawal. So you want to make sure that you go through and read that. We're a 16-week course, which means you have until April 18th to withdraw to get this or any 16-week course off your schedule. And then the last page is a breakdown of all your assignments you'll do each week. So you could see, I want to talk to you about this in a little bit. This is an assignment that is assigned in week 1, but not due until week 16. And you can see again, a lot of these weeks only have 1 or 2 assignments. The exception is really week 5, where you have several things going on here. And then week 1, it looks like there's a lot going on, but one of them is just that registration. And then one of them is just the assignment of the requirement. So that is your syllabus. So I encourage you to take a look through your syllabus, make sure you're comfortable with it. Along with my video, there's also a video that eStark State puts out. It's a little under 6 minutes. And so it's a course tour. And again, it's by eStark State, which is our learning management system team. And they walk you through kind of how to navigate this course as well. Now it's general because it's not my course specifically, but it is a 16-week course in general. So you can definitely use this as another way to get accustomed to the class. Right? And here you'll have an instructor welcome, which is going to give you a little bit information about myself. So it goes through, again, I'm Dr. Remark. I have been working here for 12 years now. So in the spring, I will be teaching some face-to-face reading courses, technical comprehension, critical analysis, face-to-face college and career success, and then these online student success courses. I have 3 kids, 11-year-old son, 8-year-old son, and a 6-year-old daughter. And I have my degrees from the University of Akron, Ohio State University, and Kent State. So that's just a little bit about my background, and I'm really excited to get to know all of you, how we can through this online medium. Okay. Also from there, the rest of this is going to be resources that you can use as needed. So there's a course alignment map, so you can see every week the courses that align with what objectives. And then you have a bunch of, again, information, citations, some general expectations of the course, how to contact me once again, some software, grade determination, need help. So again, a lot of information that might be really more useful toward the beginning of the semester, although it's there all 16 weeks. But a lot of students tend to kind of use it less and less as they go. Right here is a link to our textbook. So right here is not the only place you're going to see it, but it is the first place. Embedded inside every individual week, there will be a link to the chapter that we're talking about. So you're always going to have access to the book. But here's the textbook. I'll kind of give you a quick overview. It's really user-friendly. I like this in terms of being able to navigate it. So when you click there, it takes you right to chapter 1. And so you can do a drop down of all the contents. You can see that there are 12 chapters. Every chapter, you're able to kind of expand it a little bit more, and you could always just click right to the section you want to go to. Or as you're reading through each page, whenever you're ready, whether it's now or at the bottom of the page, you just click here to go to the next section. There's also a search feature right up there that you can search to get to certain concepts or information that you might be looking for. And that's the online book. Like I said, it's really user-friendly. Inside every individual week will be the link to the chapter that we're talking about, but here is where the first access to that can be. All right, so that is your Start Here section. As I said, you might use that less and less as the semester goes. Right here in the lessons area, this is the next one. Here's another link to the textbook access. So again, it's going to take you right there. Okay. Underneath that is your required syllabus quiz. So I will talk to you about this in your week 1 video a little bit more, but I also want you to know right now that you won't be able to access week 1 until you take and pass this with a 100%. And I'll just kind of give you a sneak peek here. It's going to say, hey, you want to take your syllabus quiz, and it's going to be a round of true, false, or multiple choice questions, all relating to, you guessed it, the syllabus. So that's why I showed you the syllabus just a few minutes ago. You are welcome to kind of have it pulled up right next to you if you need be, or reference back to it. But you have to get a 100% as it says right here. And then you'll see week 1 go from this grayed out color to more of this bright color right here. And you know that's how your week 1 is open. The syllabus quiz does not go in as an official grade, but it does count again for opening up that week. And it allows you, let's say you get behind and the never attend deadline comes through. If you completed the syllabus quiz, that does count as attendance toward the class for that drop date. It's not an attendance grade and it's not a point value, but it does help you remain in the class if by some chance you forget to do any other assignments or anything like that when that drop date comes up. So you want to take that and get a 100%. So if you take that and you don't see week 1 open, it probably means you did not get a 100 and you need to go back in and retake it. So take that and then week 1 will open. Speaking of week 1, as I said, I will get into the very specifics of these, but just to give you another sneak peek, all the weeks are set up very similarly. It's going to have just an overview first. It's going to say, hey, here's what we're going to be working on. Here's what we're going to be reviewing. Here's the assignments. And I'm always going to say, in bold, like when they're due. And then you have the materials folder, which is just what it sounds like. Anything you're going to need to help you with that week, whether it is links to different resources, PDFs or PowerPoints that go through the concepts, the link to the chapter, whatever that might be for that week, and then the actual assignments found in the assignment folder where you can see here's a discussion forum, here's an assignment. And again, in week 1, I will walk you through all of that. But I wanted to let you know that all of these weeks are set up in a very similar fashion. Like I said, you go through and they're all going to look the same, which is nice for continuity. All right, so back here again on the lesson section, you have that syllabus quiz, you have the textbook access. You're also going to have a student services assignment. So this is what I talked about before, your student services assignment. This is going to be due in week 16, so you have so much time, but please don't wait until the very end because I have students who do that. They wait until week 16, middle of the week, and say, well, there's no more workshops. Well, you waited too long. So what is this? Throughout the semester, you're going to go, and it has instructions on how to do this. In My Stark State, under Academic Support, and I'm hoping it doesn't time me out, under Academic Support, you're going to go down here where it says Student Success Workshops, and you're going to see, now I am recording this in December, so this has not been updated yet. It will be by the time you actually get in here. You're going to see a list of workshops that are going to run from January all the way down to May, and you're going to see the names of all of these workshops with the links right next to them that say register, and you can see they're all through Zoom. We haven't quite brought these back to campus yet because of the pandemic, so everything is online through Zoom. And it actually is going to take place through Handshake, which is why you register. So it's Zoom, but you register through Handshake. So when you find one that you like and you click register, it's going to take you to that Handshake portal. And this is where you're going to want to make sure that you are registered for Handshake. And I will talk to you more about that in the week 1 video. Okay? But the point of this is you need to take one workshop. So you have from January through May to attend one workshop. And if you can kind of get an idea just from looking at the fall offerings, they had them offered in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, so wide variety. So I always encourage my students, please start taking a look at the offerings as soon as possible so that you can schedule, even if you look at it in January and you can't find a date that works for you until April, at least you have it on your calendar and you know you're going to get to that. When you take your workshop, I don't need the confirmation that you signed up for it. You're going to submit your actual certificate, like, hey, you attended, because anyone can sign up for it, but that doesn't mean they attend. So you're going to actually attend a workshop and you will submit your certificate of completion through this Dropbox here. And I will show you how to do the Dropbox as we get into the weeks, so that you know exactly what to expect there. So that is the student services assignment. And I will talk to you guys about that almost every week for the first couple weeks. And then I'll remind you periodically throughout the semester that that is coming due. Okay, so again, you'll see all the weeks right in here. Some other features that you're going to see, and I'm going to have links to discussion boards here in just a little bit, but you're also going to see course messages. So inside here, this is where I'm going to reach out to you individually or as a group, because anytime I create an announcement, you can see this is just kind of a blanket announcement. Everyone sees this. Eventually, I will have like your weekly announcements built in here, usually anywhere from 2 to 4 announcements per week I put in here, so you know exactly what to expect. But anything I put in here as an announcement, I will also put in here as a course message that goes out to everyone. And then if I need to message you individually, I go into create message, I click on the 2, and I can see all of you who are enrolled. This is also where you could find me, click on my name, move me over, put your subject, and put your message and hit submit. So you can message me individually within the course messages or in your MyStark State email. Either one is fine. So that's course messages and announcements. And again, I send those out a lot so that you are always aware of what's going on in the class. Next is your course calendar. So you can see I've already have all of your assignments uploaded throughout the entire semester. You can see everything usually falls on a Wednesday or Sunday. So you want to make sure that you're just checking your course calendar, another way to make sure that you're caught up on everything. And then your My Grades tab so that you can access your grades at any time of the day to see that you are caught up on everything and just keep up with your assessment and assignments. The rest of this information here are just other resources. Let's say you need to go to the digital library. There's a link embedded in there. Other SSC resources right there. So these are all aids to help you make sure that you know where to get assistance. The last thing I want to show you is our discussion boards. And again, these are going to be embedded, and I'm going to actually put them, a couple of them right there in our lessons area. But you can see you will have some discussions, as I mentioned before, in some weeks. But for now, I'm going to show you the student lounge and the muddy point. Okay, so the student lounge, when you get in here, and I'm going to have this under the lessons area, you're going to hit create thread. This is how you do a discussion post, no matter if it's just for the student lounge or if it's for a weekly assignment. You're going to hit create thread. You'll put your subject. And then you'll put down here. Oop, I'll spell it correctly. All right. And then you hit submit. That's how you do a discussion post. And then when you go to respond to someone, because you'll have to respond to classmates in some of these discussion forums, you'll click on their post. You'll hit reply, and you just reply right there and hit submit. So that is your discussion post. Okay. All right. You also have, that's the student lounge. That does not count as attendance. It is just a place to just kind of communicate and say hi and maybe introduce who you are, give like maybe your favorite restaurant or a good movie that you've seen recently, anything like that. The other discussion forum that's going to be open all semester, because the student lounge will be open all semester, is the muddy point. This is where you will go if you want to pose a question to the class. Anyone in the class can answer, or you can pose it to me. I just would not post anything personal here because everyone's going to see it. So if you have an individual question about your grade or something that's going on, just message me directly, but you can ask a question here and anyone can go in there and answer that, okay? And I will have links to those specific ones back here in the lessons area. And again, whenever you have your discussion posts weekly, you're doing the same things. You'll click in, you'll hit create thread, and you'll post your discussion board that way. All right, so I hope this was helpful to allow you to kind of start to see how the course is going to be organized. Please make sure you check back as week 1 opens in January. And the video will be uploaded so you can start to get to know what to do and what the expectations are for week 1. Until then, I hope everyone has a great holiday, and I will see you in January. Bye.